Hi, my name is Alex Metzger, and this is my film project for CHS 494. So for my field studies project, I was assigned to work with a program called Access to Healthcare Network, or AHN for short. Before I started this project, I was not familiar with AHN or what they did, so it was an interesting experience for me to dive into an aspect of the healthcare field that I was not very familiar with. AHN is a program, not an insurance company, that provides lower cost healthcare options for the group of people that often fall between the cracks of our other systems. For example, AHN only accepts people that fall between the 100%, which is at the federal poverty level, up to 400% of the poverty level. This is a demographic of people that are typically not able to receive aid from government programs like Medicaid, nor do they make enough money to pay for health insurance on their own. People pay a monthly fee of $30 per person per month, and in return they are given significantly reduced rates for the network of doctors and hospitals that partner with AHN, and these rates are typically about 40% of Medicare. Besides for helping underprivileged people, the incentive for doctors and hospitals is that they get paid upfront in cash, so there are no headaches from haggling with the insurance companies. So while I was at AHN, I essentially did 3 projects. And for the first half of my field studies project, I was working on creating chronic disease profiles for all the counties of Nevada. To do this, I had to sort through huge quantities of databases, which were similar to census data, and determine what chronic diseases or causes of death were most prominent in each county. This research was very important to AHN because it allowed them to determine where to send which resources to best combat these disease trends. While the actual process of finding this information was quite boring, the trends that I found were surprisingly interesting and usually made a lot of sense. For example, one recurrent theme in many of the rural counties was both extremely high death rates from motor vehicle crashes and low rates of seatbelt usage. Another common one was high quantities of low birth weight babies and mothers not receiving adequate prenatal care. Due to these findings, AHN intends to implement more programs in these rural areas, encouraging people to always wear their seatbelts, and programs helping women to receive better prenatal care. Ideally, need-specific programs like these could be implemented all over the state to help reduce the prevalence of many chronic diseases and create a better overall well-being for everyone. Additionally, this information that I gathered was used in the application for an $8 million grant, and AHN eventually won the grant, so that for me was one of the biggest and most important outcomes of my project. The next thing that I did for AHN was finding chronic disease workshops that have been shown to be effective in other programs. Chronic disease workshops are simply programs that organizations use to help people deal with a disease like diabetes or other chronic illness. During this research, I was trying to find which programs have worked for others in the past and what kind of results could be expected from their implementation. This helped AHN determine ways to help individuals dealing with chronic disease and allowed them to estimate its effectiveness in particular demographics. So for the last part of my project, I think it was definitely the least conventional but also the most fun part of the project. My office mate at AHN, her name was Lise. She was in charge of recruiting new doctors and physicians into the Access to Healthcare Network and also did some marketing. To help get the word out about AHN, I set up a business Facebook page for AHN and taught Lise how to use it since she was completely new to Facebook. I taught her all the ins and outs of it, including how to change profile pictures, make status updates, post pictures and videos, how to create an advertising campaign for AHN on Facebook, and even the concept of liking. I had never built a Facebook page for a business before, so much of this was new to me. In the end, I think we ended up with a pretty good product that should help get the word out about AHN and what it is all about. So that's it for my field studies project. I really enjoyed it, and I hope everyone had as much fun as I did.